trying to bullshit me through this thing.
I'm not trying to bullshit you.
But
Your
you
Honor.
are,
I just
okay?
won't.
You are.
I'm not trying to lie to you, that's all.
I know, but you are. You may not be trying to, but you are.
Judge, just we'd ask the court in this case to consider community control sanction. Your Honor, he's a 22-year-old young man, graduated from West Geauga High School. He has continuously worked thereafter. He worked for a year at True North Shell. He was a manager there. He's been almost 2 years at Craft Made in Middlefield, which is a cabinet making group. He's on the assembly line there. He lives with his grandparents who are here today. I do think he had a lot of things going on at the time. He cooperated with the police, but I think even how you sort of looked at his appearance then versus now, he was abusing drugs. He was doing things he shouldn't have been doing. I think he knew that. The family knew that. They did everything they could to get him hooked up with a treatment provider and then with a mental health treatment provider as well, where he now also receives a couple of medications. He has one child. You know, his Facebook page is just littered with pictures of him and the kid, and you know, he's trying to be better, do better. I think he has a strong support group here. Pleasant, cooperative, just was at a bad place, and I think he recognized that, and I think he really he has a sincere desire to, going forward, do right by himself, right for his child, right for his grandparents who you know, helped him so much in life. His father's here today as well. We just want a chance to sort of prove to you that he could really turn this thing around and do things the right way. No prior criminal history, other than I think an expunged minor misdemeanor marijuana from juvenile court in Geauga. But he's just got to stay sober, stay working, and just start doing things the right way. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Mack, what do you want to tell me before I impose sentence?
I am dearly sorry for the actions I have committed. I've done the best I can to turn everything around from where I was. And
How did you get to where you were?
Through multiple different forms of help, one of which being a...
No, how did you you have no record, and all of a sudden you show up with all these drugs, and apparently you were selling them too, besides using them, or you wouldn't have had all that stuff in your car. So how did you get to that point?
I was attempting to fix the mental illness I have on my own without getting any other form of help.
All right, what
If you made it this far, hit that like button.
made you think that that was a good idea?
It simply made me feel better at the time.
Okay. What were you doing with all those different drugs?
I was using each one separately and or together at multiple times.
Okay, and what else were you doing with them?
That's it, Your Honor.
What's with the firearm?
It's just simply something I've always been interested in, so I happened to get one day, and that's about all there was to
Why
it.
did you have all these baggies in the car?
Each one was separately for each individual drug, because I didn't want to put them all together.
Is there a reason that you were carrying $1,400 around with you?
I had just recently taken that out of my bank in order to buy a motorcycle.
All right. It looks to me like in addition to using drugs, that you were on some scale selling them.
I understand that, Your Honor, but I can say for sure that I most certainly was not.
Well, I can say for sure that I don't believe that.
Okay.
Okay? Because you've got numerous plastic individual drug baggies, some with cocaine packaged in, a ledger. Why did you have a ledger?
I like to keep it all very neat with who I bought from, and I had a couple of amounts in there of people who owed me for minor
what?
loans that I,
Off to a bad start here, because you're lying to me. Okay? Don't give me this nonsense that you were keeping a ledger because of people.
a couple buddies at work who needed some extra money either to get to work or whatever else.
All right. So you come here, you ask me to put you on probation because of your mental health issues and your drug issues. And it's plain as the nose on your face that you're selling a little bit too, okay? Otherwise, you don't have all these individual baggies, scales, ledgers, cash in your car when you get caught with all this stuff. That's obvious. So if you can't be honest with me at this point, why would I think you're going to be a good probationer?
I am being honest, Your Honor. I was not selling. I had a scale in my car because I simply like to know how much I was using.
Boy, he's making this very difficult, Andy. Very difficult. God.
I may have done stuff with friends, but that's about it, and it will never happen again.
Okay, I'm not concerned, I'm not all that concerned that you're gonna be a lifelong drug addict who's in and out of court. I'm not the least bit concerned about that, okay? That's not the point of the discussion. The point of the discussion is that I'm the one that can put you in prison right now. 2 minutes from now, you can be out that door on your way to prison for multiple years, okay? And for whatever reason, you've decided to kind of skirt the truth in the best case scenario. Best face on it, you're skirting the truth, and you're still doing it because you said you may have done things with your phone. Well, you did, okay, you did, okay? So you've got your grandparents and your father here supporting you wholeheartedly. I just don't understand the calculation of trying to bullshit me through this thing.
I'm not trying to bullshit you,
But
Your
you
Honor.
are,
I just
okay?
won't.
You are.
I'm not trying to lie to you, that's all.
I know, but you are. You may not be trying to, but you are, okay? So what is this Life Stance Health? What's that all about?
That is the mental health help I received for drug rehabilitation.
Where is that located?
It is a online thing.
All right. Does anybody do anything in person anymore?
I chose to do online because of my work schedule. I
Okay.
tend to be at work
How did you maintain a job when you were doing all these drugs?
I'm not too sure myself, Your Honor. All I know is I kept going to work. I made sure not to lose my job. I knew I had to, at the time, continue earning money for more drugs, and I still had my child to take care of.
Okay. And where is your child?
She is with her mother right now,
Where?
at home,
Where do they live?
with my grandparents as well.
Okay. All right. How old is your child?
She's 2 years old, Your Honor.
How long have you been using all these drugs?
It was for the span of about a year or so.
In the last, up until you got caught?
Yes,
Well,
Your Honor.
you smoked pot a long time, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's a drug too.
I was using that also to help with what I had originally thought just to be depression, only to come out to be bipolar.
Okay. Who diagnosed you with bipolar?
My current psychiatrist.
How long have you been going to your current psychiatrist?
It actually just recently changed, but psychiatry in general I've been doing for about 4 or 5 months.
Okay. And when did they diagnose you with bipolar disorder?
Pretty much right after I started.
All right.
I've been
So
medicated for
what's the
since.
treatment you're undergoing for the bipolar?
I have 2 different forms of medication, one being lamotrigine, the other being aripiprazole.
Okay. And how often do you take that?
Every day, Your Honor.
And have you taken that now? I'm depending on you telling me the truth. Have you been taking that as you're supposed to take it, when you're supposed to take it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and what effect does it have on you?
I get a bit drowsy at certain times, and that's really about it.
And how often do you talk to somebody in some capacity at life stance?
It's always within a month of each other.
What's the purpose of talking to somebody at life stance?
Continuous medication management.
Okay. Is there anything at life stance besides medication management?
They do have therapy as well.
How often do you do that?
I'm actually currently looking for a therapist there.
So you don't have one there?
Not currently, no.
Okay. How long have you been looking?
For about a week or so since my last psychiatry appointment.
Okay. Why are you looking for a therapist?
Because my psychiatrist recommended it, and because I think it may really help me.
All right, well then do it.
Okay.
Look harder.
Okay.
Find one. And what is this Charlie Health? What's that?
That was the original group that I went to help with drug rehabilitation. They had me do therapy multiple times a week for multiple hours.
Online.
Yes, both group therapy and singular therapy. And they helped me find life stance.
Where is Charlie Health besides on your computer?
I'm not entirely sure about that, Your Honor.
What hours do you work?
From about 7 a.m. to usually about 6, but they can keep me there until 7:30 at the latest.
What days?
Monday through Thursday, and then they have mandatory potential Fridays and or Saturdays.
What do you do? What do you actually do there physically?
So the main job they usually have me doing is installing the tracks for drawer boxes.
And this is a furniture place?
Yes, cabinet work.
Your Honor, the state is recommending community control. In this instance, we are asking for an order based upon the defendant's agreement to forfeit the money, drugs, and gun.
All right. I have reviewed the pre-sentence report and the drug and alcohol evaluation. And I have listened to Mr. Mack and counsel. I've considered all the provisions in 29, 29, 11, 12, and 13. On the felonies, I'm going to place you on community control for 3 years. 2 days in the jail with credit for 2. You're to have no illicit drugs or alcohol.
Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and please leave a comment. Your feedback is greatly appreciated.